abusuafo ɔbɛtɔ abɔnten sɛ ɛyɛ Anas Haremeyaw Anas ɛde abɛtɔ abɔnten sɛ wɔnyɛ judgement a ɔregye ɛyɛ $18 million ɛfiri Kennedy Akompɔn Japan hɔ na ɛno na Paul Adom de abɛtɔ abɔnten sɛ adeɛ a Anas Haremeyaw ɛreka no kɔbie no hɔ ɛwɔ mu na saa asɛm yi sɛ woka ɛyɛ ntorɔ ɛna wɔretwa na ɛno saa no adeɛ a ɛnyɛ nokorɛ a wɔrekyerɛ sɛ court nkan na wɔka deɛ ɔho bɛtumi akyerɛw ɛno na Paul Adom de nkyɛmu nyinaa bɛto abɔnten fa saa $18 million a wɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔnyɛ judgement a wɔregye afiri Kennedy Akompɔn Japan hɔ ɔde nkyɛmu no nyinaa ba abɛto abɔnten a mepɛ sɛ yɛkɔ akɔtie no nyinaa aha yɛ Nkasa TV mɛsɔsɔ bɛsubscribe to my channel like ne fa wadwenkyɛ gu comment section hɔ kamakama mede obi bi ase.
Versus Kennedy Japan rise. Is Kennedy Japan in court? Answer, my lord, I'm in court. Yes, my lord, I'm in court. Anas Haremeyaw, are you in court? Answer, yes, I'm in court. Yes, I'm in court. Anas Haremeyaw, will you take out your mask so that we can see you? Yes, my lord, I take out the mask. Kennedy Japan, don't you have to be in parliament? My lord, I've stopped parliament. Now I'm running for president and I'm going to win the next election in Ghana. Okay, that's up to you and Ghanaian people. Jury, are you ready? Good evening, Ghana. Ready? Hallelujah. So, Anas Haremeyaw Anas, unhappy with comments made by Kennedy Japan. We all remember, what do you call it? Who watches the watchman? We remember that, don't we? So this who watches the watchman thing was quite dastardly against Anas's image and work and all of that. It was mounted by Kennedy Japan when he became furious that as far as he was concerned, the whole operations of Tiger Eye was masked in a lot of immorality, debauchery, money. We don't know whether his assessment is correct or not, but that was what he assessed and got very, very angry with it. And so he decided to spend his own money because he's a rich man and push out a media agenda against this dastardly operation. In the middle of his agenda, then the guy, Ahmed Swale, unfortunately passed. May he rest in peace. And so Anas sued in America. And in Ghanaian courts, when Anas first sued in Ghanaian courts, hold on, there's a reason why I'm doing this. Yes. When Anas first sued in Ghanaian courts, he appeared in court like this. And the judge said, wait a minute. You can't come to a court and cover your face. When you have brought the legal action here, an action in defamation, and you are covering your face, you don't want to be seen, I'm not going to take that from you. Giddy, 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 giddy. And then the supporters of Anas said, oh, the courts in Ghana don't like Anas because he was the one who exposed them under Georgina Wood and said that they are collecting Bayere and Aponchi and things like that. That's what Anas supporters said. We all looked at it. Anas lost the case. Then Anas goes to sue in America. Can you imagine? And then America says exactly the same thing that the Ghanaian court said. Hey, Baba, you can't come to this court and cover your face. Oh, and then, who is doing this? Please, I'm sorry. Let me get to the other one. Please. Oh, you can't cover your face. Oh. Then he says, I can't cover my face. I said, no, you can't. Then he shows a face. And people are arguing on social media whether it's him, it's not him. I don't know. But he shows a face with spectacles, eyes, everything, nose, everything. He shows it. In an American court. Now the question to ask is that why did Anas refuse to show his face in Ghana, but in America he agrees to show his face? Is it disrespect for the Ghanaian judicial authority, or what is it? Why do we do that to ourselves? Black man. Why do we do that to ourselves? Black judge says remove your face, I won't remove it. White judge says remove your face, yes sir, I remove. Really? Kwesi Pratt, where are you? Kwame Nkrumah talked about neocolonialism. Kwesi Pratt, where are you? The neocolonialism is working. Imperialism is working. Because Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can heal our own mind. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Mental slavery. You see a black judge. He says the rule of court is that remove your face. You say, no, I won't do it. I will never remove my face. A wise judge says remove your face. You gladly do it. Really? Let's get to the facts. A case for defamation against Kennedy Japan the following ensued. 1. Anas was compelled to remove his mask and testify in open court upon being ordered to do so. He was ordered to do so in Ghana. He didn't listen. In America, he was ordered to do so. He did. He was led in examination in chief and cross-examined. After, the judge instructed the jury to whether the statements that Anas alleged against him were defamatory and whether they were made with malice. Okay, it's at this point that I'll invite lawyer Apreku, lawyer Papa, to come and explain to us what all of these things mean. Okay, Apreku, what is directions to jury?
So directions, a direction to a jury is a judge instructing the jury on what exactly to look out for.
Who is jury?
A jury is a group of persons who make determination as to facts. So when we say facts,
where do they find jury from?
From normal people. We often call them our peers. So peers are upright people in the society. And then there is a hearing, or there is a sitting called voir dire. Voir dire is the lawyers from both sides of the case, the plaintiff and the defendant, would all look at the pool that has been provided by the courts, and then they'll be given the opportunity to object. Maybe I don't want this person, maybe his glasses are too big, I don't want this person, I've insulted him before, that sort of thing. And then we would have a definite number. In the United States, for civil matters, the jury ranges between 6 and 12 persons. Yes, for civil matters.
But that's an even number.
Yes.
So if it's split between the middle, that
for civil matters, it's supposed to be unanimous.
Oh, I see.
In civil matters.
So if one of the jury disagree,
it's lost. So they have 3 types of juries. A grand jury. A grand jury makes a determination as to whether or not an individual should be indicted. When we say indicted is simply a formal accusation. In Ghana, it's not like that.
Okay, let me bring it back. So jury were selected.
Yeah, they
both
were selected.
Parties agreed on the jury.
Yes.
Okay, so this instructions to jury comes at the end of the trial.
At the end of the trial and at the end of the submissions of both parties. So the closing arguments.
So after the closing argument, so cross-examination has happened both
Everything
ways.
Has
jury
happened.
is watching.
Yes.
Okay, so it means the judge has no role.
The judge has a role. So the judge has a role to moderate. The judge has a role to make determination on issues of law. The judge at times has a role to play in instructing the jury. So the judge looks at the facts, determines what the issues are, and instructs the jury accordingly. So for instance, if you see here, it says whether the statements were made with malice. Mind you, these statements were made in the United States.
But the jury are not lawyers.
They are not lawyers, and that's the criticism.
With what tools of application will they determine that this was defamatory or this was not defamatory? One is murder, like in Ghana.
Yes.
Whether he killed or he didn't kill, you don't need too much legal finesse to be able to determine that Kofi Mensah was the one who used the knife to choke this one. But this is whether a statement is made defamatory, whether it's made with malice. It requires a bit of...
So they would often glean it from the facts, the surrounding circumstances, how the conduct of the parties have been, and then make the determination as to whether or not.
So the judge instructed them to do these 2 things. Then what did they do?
3 things actually.
Okay.
So first, determine whether statements were defamatory. 2, determine whether they were made with malice. Malice is adwemobone.
That you intended to.
You intended, I want to mafia you.
Yeah.
And then 3, make a determination as to damages and whether punitive damages should be paid. Not the amount of punitive damages. Whether punitive damages...
What is damages as distinguished from punitive damages?
So, if I offend you, I do something bad to you, and because of that you are stressed, you've come to court, you are worried, at the end of the day you win the case, I'm supposed to give you some amount of money to sort of appease
compensate
sort of. So it's damages. Punitive damages is the court looks at my conduct and says, you are Preku, you've been very malicious, you've been very wicked, so I want it to hurt you, and so I would add extra cost in addition to just me pay you, making you comfortable. I would also
from Ashanti region, he was speaking something. I don't know whether I should be disappointed or whether I should laugh or whether I should be worried, because I'm a friend of foot soldiers, whether they are NDC or MPP, they are my people. Once you're a foot soldier, my man, when we meet, we can talk. We buy watch at Antimony, we go and buy rice at Osu and all that. I meet the foot soldiers, I'm with them all the time. So when I heard him complain like that, I was quite worried. Listen to the video.